it's Leanne and Dax here, and we are back with some more Q&A to help you eat, play, love, and live. So Dax, you want to hit us up with our next question?
No, no, thank you. I'm quite good as I am.
How about
Okay,
now?
but
How about now?
but so we've got one here from Sarah Filliger. She says, "Why do I not finish things? Like I'm writing a novel, or I've written a novel, but I keep trying to make it better. Though I think it's probably good enough to begin with. I love the story, so why do I keep feeling the need to fix it?" Over to you, Leanne. What's the answer?
I have a feeling that all of my fellow recovering perfectionists watching this video can completely resonate with everything that Sarah is saying. So thank you for bringing that up. There's a couple things that come to my mind. First of all, this idea of perfect or good enough, right? And just to get geeky for a minute, a lot of the majority of our comparison around, is this good? Is it bad? Are people going to like it or not like it? Is this cool or is it weird? It's that comparison factor that's going on in our brains at all times, And by the way, we're always making judgments. They don't necessarily go away, right? So it's not about like, hey, I need to stop being so judgmental, right? We're always making judgments like, yes, I like the color red more than I like the color blue. I want a chocolate chip cookie more than I want a piece of watermelon. Whatever it is, right? Chocolate chip cookie will always win for me, but that's okay, neither here nor there. That function is happening in the part of our brain, the ACC, the anterior cingulate cortex. Lots of things happen in that part of the brain, but specifically now we're talking about this idea of comparison, right? So when it comes to perfectionism, right, how do we break that trap, right, or break that pattern of never letting something come to the world or really be part of us because we're afraid of judgment or afraid of it not being good enough, when really, it's done, it's complete, it's just not coming to the world. And so I think really one of the pieces of the puzzle is having a conversation with yourself. Well, for me, I have to just share a little insight. For me, it was kind of this realization of like, Leanne, it's never going to be enough for you. Like, it's just not going to be enough. So what's good enough-ish? What's perfect-ish for me? So I started kind of like buying into this idea of the ish lifestyle. Like, it's great-ish or it's perfect-ish for me, And so the other question that I ask myself is like, says who? Like, who's saying it's not going to be good? And usually it came back to me, says I. So really it comes back to this idea of, when it comes to this part of the brain, the ACC, one of the things it's always looking for and always monitoring is, are we accepted? Are we connected? And are we cared for? And so in this case, when it comes to bringing something to the world, our greatest, deepest fear, whether it's conscious or not, is, crap, is this going to disconnect me from people? Is this going to leave me on the outskirts of my social circle, of my family, whatever it is, right? And so it comes back to this being an inside job, right? If you feel accepted, connected, and cared for by you, right? It's not that you'll never not care, right? It's not that like, oh, I don't care what other people think. It's just that as you increase this internal bubble of resilience, of acceptance, connection, and care, other people's outside opinions coming in matter to you less and less. So it then becomes this conversation with yourself. Because the perceived judgments of other people aren't going to go away overnight. So we have to bring it back to us. That's what I say about it. What would you say about that?
Let me think. My beard's not quite long enough
I know,
to
I
do
might
the whole
just rub my
gander.
beard too right now.
Let me think. No, I agree with you completely. It's definitely an anterior cingulate cortex issue. And even further, like you kind of finished up there by saying it's not going to go away overnight. Well, it's actually not going to go away ever, right? We're always going to be judged, and particularly in this instance where we're starting to move toward publishing our works for other people. In order to be that person, like there's something inside you, you've got a really strong message, and you want to bring it out, and then there's that oh shit moment, right? The kind of, oh, it's almost there. I'm just about to stick it in the hands of the world. But as soon as I put it there, that gives everybody the permission to point the finger back at me. And the only real protection against external judgment, and we're never fully protected against it, but the only kind of real layer of protection that we've got is our own self-definition. Like, who am I? Like, who do I believe myself to be? And what you'll find is that there are those people that are able to stand on the stages of the world and perform and speak and do all the stuff that kind of opens them up to judgment. It doesn't mean that they don't feel that judgment. It means that they have a clearer idea about themselves than the other people may have about them. And so my invitation to anyone who is struggling with kind of putting anything out into the world, and remember, we are always going to be susceptible to other people's judgments. But those of us who are able to overcome that and take the step, even a single step forward, we do it because we know something about ourselves that the other people don't know. So my question is, what do I need to know about myself in this situation? And one of the ways that I've always taught this to people is to be far less focused on your content and far more focused on your intent. My intent as a writer is to move these people or open up their minds to a new thing or get them thinking about things in a new way or to see the possibilities. Maybe my content isn't going to be for everyone. Maybe even like right now, like we're conversing here, right? And maybe our content isn't for everyone. They're going, damn, you know, kind of, I expected more of them. Right? Or I don't really like the way they tell the story of this. This isn't for me. But at least we're both clear on what our intent is here. We're here to try and help people, and we're doing our best, right? Yeah. And so I would invite that. I would invite that for anybody to kind of say, what is my intent behind the thing that I'm just about to push out, behind my content?
And, you know, just to kind of add a little piece on that, it doesn't have to necessarily be your art or your creativity. It could be like this new layer, this new version of your body. Like I've dealt with a lot of clients that are afraid or even downright ashamed to step into this newer version of themselves because they're afraid of leaving the people that are still struggling behind. Like, who am I to leave someone behind, you know? So again, it has to come back to your intent, you know, and again, if your intent is to become the best version of yourself and really step into your own light, then you're going to be a better version of that when you know, step into it regardless. But it can really, you know, interact with a lot of different elements of our life. So
right.
Awesome. High five, right. Partner.
Whoa.
Awesome.
So there's another one. Hope you found that answer useful. Again, kind of, if you've got any more feedback or any other questions on that, I'd love to hear them. But hopefully that was useful. And Leanne, let's go and answer another one.
All right. Bye, ladies.